Hello, my name is Sean, and I'll be
All
covering
available experts, please report to room A9.
Orange Cipher. Alright, to start off with, we're going to record some of the screens. The top screen of page 1 is our encrypted word that we need to decrypt following the steps down below. So we have a DD, NRTU. Now, the middle screen of page 1 here references if there's any J's within our encrypted word. Now, if there was a J in this position per se, just like with Red Cipher, as this is the sibling module, this J will be replaced at the same position as it is in this 6-letter string. So this J would be replaced with a Q. And such, if this was a J over here, this J would be replaced with S. But since we don't have any J's, we don't have to worry about that middle screen whatsoever. Now we have to record the rest of the screen, so we have a Hotel Foxtrot Quebec, X-Ray Charlie X-Ray Echo, and we have a Tango Kilo Alpha Echo X-Ray Alpha Charlie. And we have a keyword of chosen and a key number of 3602. Alright, to start off with, we're going to be covering Collin Cipher. To do this, we need to create our first matrix. Our first matrix is going to be using this keyword that we got from the middle screen of page 2. Okay. So we're going to remove any duplicates that's in here. We're going to replace any J's with I's, which we don't have. So this stays as the same. And we're also going to have an alphabet here from A to Z, T, V, W, X, Y, and Z, minus the J. I'm going to copy this, paste it over
Emergency
here.
cleared. All personnel, please return to your stations.
Thank you very much. And we're going to remove any letters that's in this keyword from here. So C, H, O, S, E, and N. Last but not least, if the last digit of the serial number is even, which it is, we're going to take the alphabet and place it at the end of the keyword, so like so. Then we're going to separate it into a 5x5 matrix. And this matrix will now be called from now on as matrix A. So chosen becomes matrix A. And then we're going to take this the string that we got from the bottom page of page 1 and the top screen of page 2. And we're going to concatenate the two strings. So this string goes first, then this string goes second. Okay? And then what we're going to do is take this string and separate it into letter pairs. Yeah. And then for each letter pair, we're going to take the first letter, notice the left letter, and treat that as our row. So this H is right over here in this top row, so this is our row for it. And then take the second letter and treat it as our column, so it's this column right here. And the intersection of these two letters decrypts to a key letter. We're going to do the same for each one to get our decrypted keyword. So Q is in this row and X is in this column, so this turns into an R. C is in this row and X is in this column, so that's O over here. Then E is in this row and T is in this column, so it's S. So find K, go to A, which is right there, that's an I. Find E, go to X, that's an O. And find A, go to C, and that decrypts to an N. And our decrypted keyword in this case is going to be erosion. Now we got our decrypted keyword. I'm going to move this all the way to the back here, because the next thing we're going to do is Brazilia's cipher. First, we're going to need matrix B. Matrix B is already made right there. How nice. So I'm going to remove any spaces here. And then we're going to need a second matrix, being matrix C, and that is made using that number that I had at the bottom there somewhere. Maybe I... oh boy. Let me copy this. Or you know what? I can just recopy it here. So 3602 is our number here. Move this to the back. Let me move this up a few times so I can copy this. And what I'm going to do for each of these numbers is I'm going to turn each number into its word equivalent. So this would be called 3. The next one is 6. Next one is 0. And the last one is 2. So this translates to 3602. And then we're going to turn any J's into I's, which none of the numbers will have any J's into them, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're going to remove all spaces and duplicates. So we have TRHE, we already have an E. SIX, ZE, we already have an E. R, we already have an RO. And then T, we already have a T. W, which we don't have an O. And this is going to be our keyword for that. Just double checking. Yep, that seems fine. And then we're going to take our alphabet, excluding the J, and we're going to remove each letter that's shown in the keyword in the alphabet. So that's an H, we have an R, E, S, I, X, Z, Z, O, W. Alright, then if the second digit of the serial number is odd, so let's see, this is the first, this is the second, it is not odd, so otherwise place the alphabet at the beginning of the keyword. So that means we're going to place the alphabet in front of the keyword. Then of course we're going to split it into a 5x5 matrix here. Like so. Copy and paste over here. And the next thing to do is with the encrypted word that we have from the top screen to page 1, we're going to divide it into subgroups of X letters, where X is going to equal to the sum of the digits here. So we gotta do 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 2 is 11. Then we're going to excuse me here for a moment. Then we're going to module 4 it plus 2. So 11 module 4 would be 3. And then plus 2 is going to equal 5. So we need to have to basically divide these letters into subgroups of 5 letters. So we're going to go find the first 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and split it off. And then the remaining ones, as much as we can, becomes its own thing. If this was 3 and 3, this would be DD and RTU. If it would be subgroups of 3, it would be like this. Subgroups of 2 would be like so. Subgroups of 4 would be like this, and subgroups of 5 would be like that. Alright? So, and within each subgroup, we're going to reverse the letters inside of them. So this becomes TRNDDU. And of course, combine them all back together again. And then for each letter here, we're going to find the letter in matrix C here. And we're going to note the position of it, such as it's in the 4th row, first column. And then we're going to take the exact position and find it in matrix B. So 4th row, first column, turns into a D. So D turns into D, and we go for each one. So find the R, that's 4th row, 3rd column. 4th row, 3rd column turns into O. For N, N's over here, so it's going to be 2nd row, 5th column. 2nd row, 5th column is going to be W. Then the 2 D's, so that's going to be 1st row, 4th column. 1st row, 4th column is Q, so 2 Q's. And finally U. is third row, third column. Third row, third column is an N. So our new encrypted word is DOWQQN. And finally, we're going to have to do four-square cipher. For this, we're going to need 4 matrices. So we need our matrix A here, our matrix B and C that we got, as well as we have to create a 4th matrix consisting of matrix D. So first, replace any J's with I's. We don't have any J's. Then we're going to remove any duplicates. Our SIO, that's a duplicate, N. And then we're going to remove any letters that's in the Q word from the alphabet. So E, R, O, S, I, N. And then finally, if the first digit of the serial number is even, it is odd. Otherwise, place the alphabet at the beginning of the keyword, so place it right in front. Then we're going to split it off into a 5x5 matrix. And just double checking here. You can kind of see that. But yeah. So, then we're going to take the 4 matrices and we're going to form a 2x2 grid of them, like so. So first, matrix A is going to be in the top left. Then I'm going to split it off using some lines here. Then matrix B is going to go right over here to the top right. Let me just copy and paste here. Then we're going to split everything off here. I'm going to add a plus sign just to make it look nice. Then we can get rid of matrix B. Matrix C is going to go right there in the bottom left. And finally, our newly created matrix D is going to go in the bottom right. There we go. Now, we're going to split the encrypted word into pairs of letters. And for each pair, we're going to find the first letter in matrix B and the second letter in matrix C. So, here's the letter of matrix D in matrix B. So D is in here, and O is here. So, now we're going to find the intersections in A first. Then find the intersection of D and O in matrix D. So D is right here, and O is this column right there. So the intersection of D and O in matrix A becomes a DT. Then we need to find the intersection of D and O and D. So O's in this row and D's in this column. This intersection turns into an R. So our first letter pair that's decrypted is T and R. Then we do the same for the rest. So W is over here. Then we need to find the column of Q in here. So Q is right there. So it's going to be second column right there. This turns into A. So then find Q here and go to W, which turns to V. Okay. Then we gotta find Q here, which is right there. Then find the intersection with N. Intersection of N is in the 5th column. That's gonna be an E. Then find N over here, and then find Q. That's in the 4th column, so that turns into L. Finally, this is going to turn into a decrypted word, and our decrypted word is travel. Again, just like with every color cipher, we can submit the answer by typing on the keyboard here. We can clear any and all input using the letter keys here, our arrow keys. So let me spell it out. And finally L. You cannot type more than 6 letters, and once you're ready to submit, press the submit button. And that is a solved module. I hope all of you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, guys, keep talking and don't explode.